Well, the moment is finally here. Fans flocking through the gates of Bon Secours Arena for the start of the SEC Women's Basketball Championship. A&M in Tennessee will kick us off, but we had to wait until Sunday before we could digest this bracket because it was all up for grabs until the end of play on Sunday. South Carolina and Texas co-champions in the regular season. However, it was a coin flip that determined who would get the #1 seed, and South Carolina got that for the 9th time in the last 12 years. We will see tomorrow the freshman of the year in the SEC, Michaela Blakes, who also leads all freshmen in scoring nationally. Tennessee, we're about to see their high-powered offense, second in Division I, averaging almost 88 points per game. And Charlie Cream says no SEC teams are on the bubble, 10 are projected in the field, and 7 could be as high as a top 4 seed. So good afternoon, everybody. Sam Gore along with Steffi Sorensen. Steffi, I mean, nobody's seen as many SEC games as you have this year. What's intriguing to you coming into the tournament?
You know, what's intriguing to me is that every single coach, 1 through 16 in this conference, has been to the NCAA tournament. No other Power 4 conference can say that. So not only do we have elite players in this conference, there is elite coaching. I think that's what makes this tournament so special.
I'm excited we're starting with Tennessee. If you've never seen Tennessee play, describe how they play.
Well, this is a system designed on possessions, pressure. They're going to force turnovers. They're going to get on the glass. It's effort-based, and we haven't necessarily seen that the last few games. Don't be surprised if there's substitutions with 2 minutes into this game. She plays a lot, Kim Caldwell, a lot of 5 in, 5 out.
Well, if you look in that huddle, you see Talasia Cooper is standing outside the huddle. She was injured against Georgia on Sunday. She has warmed up. She has a brace on her right ankle, but she is not in the starting lineup. Now for Texas A&M, they've made the quarters here the past 2 seasons.
Well, Joni Taylor, this Aggie team certainly has struggled since Aisha Coulibaly went out, but an excellent motivator, and it's a fresh season. It's a blank slate. Anything can happen here in Greenville.
Texas A&M had the 2 quad 1 wins over Ole Miss and Kentucky before Coulibaly went out. Talia Parker also out with an injury. So it'll be interesting to see how Texas A&M deals with the pace and depth of Tennessee. Tennessee has its own questions to answer. A week ago, they were considered a #3 seed in the NCAA tournament. They've lost back-to-back games, and Charlie Cream has dropped them to a #5 with the potential to get back to a top 4 seed. We are set to begin in Greenville, South Carolina. The SEC Women's Basketball Tournament is underway. Tennessee struggled to make shots early against Georgia on Sunday. I would expect that they want to see that first one go in, Steffi.
They're going to look early in the shot clock. This team is going to get a lot of possessions, look for quick threes, and I think for Texas A&M, the strategy is to go quickly, try to score early in the shot clock and not let Tennessee buckle down and try to force some turnovers. They got to handle the pressure there.
Texas A&M very happy to see number 15, Soleil Williams, back in the starting lineup. She's been out in concussion protocol, was cleared to play today. Ware on the block scores the first bucket of the game for the Aggies. Lauren Ware, one of the best shot blockers in the country. Latham using the left, off the mark. Tennessee 0 for 2 to start the game. Turnover will give it back to the Lady Vols, and they are already going to the bench, bringing in 3 new players. They use their 15th different starting lineup today, as Kim Caldwell bringing a new style of basketball to the SEC.
I think it's been one of the most exciting systems to watch. How do you prepare for 10 players? I mean, it's in with really good players. I think that's been the hard part and why Tennessee has been hard to game plan for, because they're going to press the entire game. They're going to get up a lot of threes, a lot of offensive rebounds. Right now, the Aggies doing a great job in the half court.
Ware draws the foul on Latham and will go to the free throw line. Well, 2 incredible head coaches leading these 2 programs. Kim Caldwell is a nominee for the National Coach of the Year. Joni Taylor, former SEC Coach of the Year, and Joni just won a prestigious award. She's the Carol Ekman Integrity and Coaching Award recipient this year, which basically describes you're an elite human being.
If you come within a 5-minute or 5-foot radius of Joni Taylor, you're going to act right. That's what I think about Joni Taylor.
That's a good way to put it.
Stand up a little bit straighter.
If there was ever a coach to guide a team through what they've had to go through this year, it would be her. Ware made 1 of 2 free throws. Tennessee still looking for that first bucket. They got down 11-0 against Georgia on Sunday before they scored. Another block. Again, that's what the Aggies do best on D. Here's the press. Williams took an extra step, and we'll turn it back over. Talasia Cooper up off the Tennessee bench as Lady Vols fans everywhere breathe a sigh of relief.
Yeah.
And we'll see how impactful she can be. She was named 2nd team All-SEC as well as a member of the SEC All-Defensive team. We saw her out on the bike earlier, Steffi, warming up.
I saw some bounce in her in the warm-up, and I thought Kelly Harper said it best. She's playing in this game. This is the SEC tournament. She was not going to be held out of it. Let's see how she can perform, though.
Aggies are performing well here to start. There's a turnover. Back on Sunday at home against Georgia. Watch her number 55 in white, top of the key there. Came down awkwardly and would leave the game. Here's another look at it.
You were there, what was the reaction like in the building?
Complete silence.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like everyone had inhaled. And people have, of course, all around the country been wondering if she would be able to play because it was just a few days ago. Here's Cooper with the ball in her hand for the first time, and I'd say she's ready.
She does so much for Tennessee. Their leading scorer, best defender. She can get you some rebounds. She's a great tone setter. Her first bucket going in is a great sign, not only for Tennessee, but for Cooper.
How about for her teammates to see her make that first one? Is there a benefit there as well? 10-second violation. By the way, that's their 27th forced 10-second violation. But here it is again, Steph.
Yeah, Cooper is one of the best. One-on-one can create her own shot with her height, her skill. Just a great 2 for her.
Cooper again with the ball. Spearman spins through the lane. Is it a benefit when you're playing with your star player and they hit their first shot of the game?
I think everybody's happy, and one, they needed a bucket. This team scores almost 90 points a game. Like, they're used to scoring a lot. They've just had some scoring droughts the last few games, and so maybe that will spread some confidence to everybody on the floor. Janae
Kent getting the bucket for the Aggies. Aggies up 5-2 here in this opening quarter. Cooper just rims out. Good rebound by Sahara Jones. Jones had a fantastic game on Sunday as well. A lot of senior day games on Sunday. Moon's 3 off the mark. Cooper with a rebound. Jewel Spear has been lighting it up lately. Tennessee with just that Cooper field goal. They're 1 of 7 to start the game. Aggies are 2 of 3. And Jones travels to give it back. And Tennessee will send in 5 new players. The Aggies will counter with 2.
Texas A&M in transition. If you're patient, that back line, you can get layups. It's just beating that first part of the press. If your guards can handle it and keep their head up, you can get layups. We saw that against Tennessee, when Georgia and Tennessee, they were getting layup after layup because they were able to beat that first line of Tennessee's pressure.
It's a masterful game by Georgia. Hollingshed into the game, kicks it out to Whitehorn. Good D by the Aggies. Latham will put up the 3 and buries it. They average just over 10 threes a game. And Latham herself, that's just her 10th made 3 of the season. She's not one of the typical three-point shooters. Foul on that rebound. Let's go back to that last 3.
Oh, love the dribble penetration by Ruby Whitehorn. And Tennessee, look, as long as they get 2 feet in the paint, Kim Caldwell is okay with that 3, a kick out, but she wants a paint touch. If it's typically a non-3-point shooter like Latham, get 2 feet in the paint, kick it out, you got the green light. I want the green light, Sam. Come on.
Green light is awesome. They're 4th in the nation in made threes per game. At one point, they led the nation. Aggies would love to get the shot clock down as low as they can on these possessions. Three is good by Soleil Williams.
Well, they definitely need her point production.
Missed a few games with the concussion. Good to see her back. Whitehorn. Hollandshell with the offensive rebound. It is blocked by Abdur-Rahim, and then a foul called on the follow. Well, the intensity is picking up in this historic and scenic Greenville, South Carolina. The SEC Women's Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Bush's Chili Magic. Speaking of magic, what a journey Kim Caldwell has been on to Tennessee. It started in Division II. Her dad, Scott, was her assistant. She won the national championship in 2022, went to Marshall, was the coach of the year in the Sun Belt last year, took them to the NCAA tournament, was a surprise hire at Tennessee last April, gave birth to her son, Connor Scott Caldwell, earlier this season, missed only the Texas game, returned to the sideline, and she's already nominated for National Coach of the Year. And prior to Tennessee, she had won 88% of her games as a head coach. These are the numbers that she has led Tennessee to put up this year.
She has not wavered from her system. And in an earlier conversation I had with her in non-conference, I said, what has led you to not change it? She says, I have in the past, and when I did, it did not work. So this is a system predicated on effort, energy, intensity. If you're not full steam ahead on pressing, on rebounding, you're coming out. That's why you're seeing the subs. And also so that the other team can be worn down. She's banking the third and fourth quarter. All of the pressing is going to wear you out.
Spear will put up the three and knocks it down right in front of the A&M bench. And you could see the hustle there from Tennessee going for those rebounds. But that was lacking a little bit in those last two games. It's back. Lady Vols with the lead, 9-8. A&M started strong, made two of their first three shots today. Hunter jump step through the lane, good, nice.
Okay, Kendall Hunter. I think Joni was really, telling us of picking and choosing when we would run offensively, but slowing this game down. As we talked about, Tennessee wants to score about 90 points a game. If the Aggies can keep this thing in the 50s, 60s, it's certainly the pace Joni Taylor wants to play.
Kaya Boyd, the redshirt freshman, off the glass. Aggies with a chance to build on the lead. What were you most looking forward to in this matchup?
Well, I wanted to see the intensity and the effort from Tennessee. I didn't see it in the previous two games. Obviously, Kentucky's really good. They lost that game. But against Georgia, like I said, this system, if you're not going hard on the glass, you're not full force on the press, teams can take advantage of that. And so that's why you're seeing all this substitution. She wants full go. If you give me 2 minutes, let's get turnovers, let's get quick points, you're coming out.
Well, let's time how long it takes before they sub again. That's the clock in the right-hand side of your screen. So it's been 20 seconds since they brought in 5 new players. Good offensive rebound by Jones. They'll punch it inside. Latham with the rebound, and Lady Vols will try to run. Spencer leading the break. Got stuck, and it's a turnover. Williams with a good defensive play. Hunter. Williams. Darby gets the rebound. A foul is called, but 50 seconds between substitutions as we'll have 4 new Lady Vols check into the game. So, Steffi, as a former player, a lot of players say, hey, I don't want to ever come out of the game.
Yeah.
But the more you see this, I think the more players are like, oh, okay, I can just go full blast for 90 seconds, get a rest, and then I'm right back in.
Talking to Kim Caldwell about this, she's like, oh, it'll show. Because if I don't get you out, you'll look tired, and then our system doesn't work. So there's a lot of learning to this. As we're all new viewers to the system, we're like, wouldn't you want to get into a rhythm as a player? But the speed and the tempo with which they play, if you give it your all, you're going to need a break.
Shot clock down to 4. And a penetration and bucket by Sahara Jones will put her on the line.
The Aggies in the half court have been really good with their decision-making. Sahara Jones here, great finish with contact, coming off a terrific game with 21 and 11 against Arkansas. Feeling good. Joni Taylor said her decision-making was pretty good, and that will be challenged today against Tennessee, but they certainly need her production.
Foul is on Spearman. Sahara Jones, who hopes to join our profession one day as a broadcaster.
Trying to boot me out?
No, just, you know.
The team can grow.
We had 1,500 games this year. Probably have 2,000 next year. There's Spear, Jewel Spear. She has been so good as we get closer and closer to the end of the season. SEC Player of the Week a week ago. 2 weeks ago, excuse me. Beers has had it the last 2 weeks. And Kent travels, and more subs coming in for Tennessee. I think that was under 50 seconds. And the story is, when you get closer and closer to the end of the game, can A&M handle that? Whitehorn, little delay. That's blocked again, Roy, but A&M has been so good defending the paint.
Lauren Ware has been really consistent. You know what you're going to get from her. She's a veteran on the floor, great communicator defensively.
Tennessee scored only 2 points in the paint so far. Abdur-Rahim open for 3, off the mark. Sam Spencer will push it quickly to Darby. Darby, one of the best three-point shooters in Lady Vols history, but it's Spencer who takes the 3. More subs at the bench for Tennessee. Whitehorn. What would you like, Steffi, as a player? Would you have wanted to play in that Tennessee system?
Well, I love the green light. I love the energy they play with, playing quick. There's a lot of analytics behind it. Kim Caldwell played in the system, so she knows what it takes and what it's like. It's just late in game and refining some of that substitution pattern that I think is hard.
Well, Saturday is the final day of the SEC men's basketball regular season. All 16 teams are playing. We'll have 5 of those right here on SEC Network and the ESPN app. Mississippi State and Arkansas will start things at noon Eastern, and we will finish with the Red River rivalry game between Oklahoma and Texas at 8 Eastern. That's Saturday. Obviously, fitness is a massive part of this system, and they started in the summer. Grueling workouts. You can see some of those online if you choose to. Boyd off the mark.
Jada Malone just creating that defensive rebound. She didn't get it, but she cleared out Spearman.
Baseline jumper, no good. Tennessee with a chance to tie or take the lead. Final minute of the quarter. Cooper. It'll be A&M basketball. She made her first shot, but hasn't made one since. But just good to see Talasia Cooper out there breaking the sweat, and getting loose. She's on 3 Player of the Year national lists, as well as the Defensive Player of the Year list. Strickland in the game, number 13. That Spear got her hand on the ball, goes out of bounds. It went off of A&M, and Tennessee's forcing the turnover with that good D.
The guards for Texas A&M, they have got to take care of the basketball in that backcourt, because you know the pressure is coming from Tennessee. This is what they thrive on. They'll have another opportunity to score here to close out this first quarter.
7 turnovers on the Aggies here in this opening quarter. Lady Vols can hold it for the final shot of the quarter. Jewel Spear lobs it down low. Spearman muscles it up, and the quarter will end with Texas A&M up 2.
Well, Sam Jewel Spear has been one of the best shooters in the country throughout her career. How about her 379th career three here in Greenville? A little hug between her and Joni Taylor. I love the coach love from Joni, and gets her coach fired up. But a close one here, 13-11.
We didn't know our top 4 seeds until Sunday. A coin flip gave South Carolina the #1 seed for the 9th time in the past 12 seasons. Texas debuting in the SEC as the #1 ranked team in the country. LSU, a 3 seed, but they'll be without Flau'jae Johnson in this tournament. And first-year head coach Kenny Brooks leading Kentucky to a #4 seed. It's the first time they've had a top 4 seed in the tournament since 2020. But again, we didn't know who they would be until Sunday. Have you ever remembered a tournament like that, Steffi?
No, I mean, the pressure in the studio and for the coin flip.
Speaking of pressure, Texas A&M has held Tennessee to 11 points in the first quarter. How's A&M done it?
I thought they've done well in transition. I mean, Tennessee hasn't scored any fast break points. They've done a good job in the half court. I think they've shot themselves in the foot a little bit with some turnovers. There's a charge there. Tennessee now 6 offensive rebounds in that first quarter. That's something that the Aggies have to watch out for. Great charge. That always builds momentum, you know, if I'm watching any game. Drawing a charge, the bench loves it, coaches love it, yeah.
Sam Spencer drawing that, and it was Kent with the foul. Spear. Nice play by Jones. Spearman was open for a fraction of a second before Jones got in that passing lane. Soleil Williams will return to the lineup for A&M, and Ruby Whitehorn will check back in for Tennessee. And Tennessee was projected to be a 3 seed when the last reveal came out from the selection committee, and right now Charlie Cream's dropped him to a 5 with the chance to get back to a 4. He says that they would have to win this game and at least beat Vanderbilt tomorrow. The winner of this will play Vanderbilt. And a timeout called by Moon as she was trapped at midcourt. Joni Taylor navigating this game successfully so far.
And we will see it coming up on the Academy Sports and Outdoors halftime report, where we will bring in Vanderbilt head coach Shay Ralph, because our Commodores play the winner of this game. But my goodness, Nikki and Kelly, A&M hanging on to that lead despite 8 early turnovers so far.
Well, what they've done is they've not allowed those turnovers to convert in easy baskets, and holding this Tennessee team to 18% field goal percentage. That's a stifling defensive effort by Texas A&M.
Their one-on-one defense is great. Tennessee needs to get some half-court offense going. They're getting some good looks. They just need to finish those shots. They need to keep doing what they're doing on the defensive end. 8 turnovers already.
All right, much more, including again Shay Ralph coming up at the half. But now we send it back to Sam and Steph.
Well, Tennessee has missed its last 8 shots, and they will be on defense here as Texas A&M, the number 16 seed, leading Tennessee, who's dropped their last 2 games and looking for a bounce back. Good D by the Lady Vols defending that inbounds play. Steffi, what are you seeing from Tennessee?
Well, their lack of efficiency offensively, shooting 18% from the floor, and maybe that's just messed with their heads a little bit on the defensive side of the floor. If you know they're not forcing as many turnovers, getting those easy buckets, but hey, it just takes 1 3 in this system. A steal, a 3, a steal 3, and then they go on a run.
Z Spearman knocks down the 3. And Spearman's another player, much like Jewel Spear, that's been playing so well lately. Spencer got her hand on it, Whitehorn, but the Aggies prevail and get it across half court. Tennessee's made 3 threes so far. Remember, they averaged just over 10 a game. And now have the lead back, but for how long? It'll go back to Tennessee. Subs coming back in for Tennessee. This time 3 new players. Latham, Hollingshed, and Darby will return to the lineup for the Lady Vols. As it has been a steady stream of subs, like we knew it would be. This Tennessee team, 3 ranked wins this year, including the big win over UConn.
Sam, I think they got to get Ruby Whitehorn going. I think she's such a key to them. We talk a lot about Coop.
There's Spencer.
How about Sam, though? Getting her downhill. They cleared out. Easy driving lane for Spencer. She's a veteran. She's been in this building many times. An Arkansas transfer.
Spencer this year going over 500 assists for her career. It's one way to try to break the press. Good hands by Ware. Spencer with over 1,500 points, 500 rebounds, and 500 assists. One of only 6 SEC players to do that. Ware to the corner. 3 on the way. In and out. Offensive rebound and stick back by Jones. Aggies hanging tough. There's Whitehorn stuff. We want to get her involved. Hollingshed. Five new subs coming in. 90 seconds and change since the last time they brought subs in. This time it's 5 fresh players.
And so Spearman had just hit a 3. She goes out. 90 seconds later, she comes back in. I'm curious, when she takes her next shot, is she in rhythm?
Is that a concern when you play this style,
I mean,
you think?
I think that's those have been some of the questions, is establishing some chemistry, some rhythm and flow in a game.
Tennessee used its 15th different starting lineup to start this game. Only 1 player that started on Sunday started today. Kent, long 3 off the mark. Tennessee can build the lead. Cooper, nice take.
She looks pretty good today, Sam.
That was smooth.
Took 6 seconds for her to get all the way down the court for a transition bucket.
4 points for Cooper. Lady Vols have spread the scoring around here in this first half. Leading scorer Spear with 5 points for Tennessee. Ware, she'll take the 3. And then a battle for the rebound as bodies go to the floor.
And Cooper, we wondered the status of her health coming into the game, but that looks pretty good. And open court on both ends. Offensively, defensively, she's special.
That foul was on Kanaya Boyd, by the way. Cooper back in action. A lot of question marks after Sunday. People wanting to know if she would be back. Did not know the nature of that injury.
Here's what I see so far. The Aggies spending so much effort trying to break the press, trying to get the defensive rebound. A little fatigued in the half court offensively. That's where you talk about Tennessee wearing you down with this style of play.
They've only had 7 players their last couple of games. Today they have 8 at their disposal. But they kept it close here in this first half. Tennessee will bring in 5 new players at the next dead ball, and here we go. Well, Tuesday, SEC Inside grants you an all-access pass to the women's basketball tournament. You'll get never-before-seen footage and sights and sounds from players and coaches. It's a real behind-the-scenes look right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. Kim Caldwell talking to Cooper as she comes off the floor. It's Kids Day here at the SEC tournament. A lot of the local elementary schools are here watching the games. Jones fouled by Whitehorn. Second foul on Whitehorn, and Coop jumps right back up off the bench.
Yeah, I like that substitution pattern of bringing Coop back in, especially when she's really found her rhythm offensively. Let her get going. I think she could be really key, obviously, for Tennessee.
I wanted to follow up on that Sahara Jones story. I said she wanted to go into broadcasting.
Yeah, you want me to go?
No.
You want to bring her?
No, let me tell you what she did. She's shadowed Holly Rowe
Wow.
at A&M football games before as a sideline reporter. So you're safe for now.
Well, she's fallen on one of the best, so.
That's a pretty good person to shadow.
She got some steps in that day.
She did. She's getting her master's degree, coming off a double-double against Arkansas, so gets it done in the classroom. 7 points for Jones. Cooper with the take, draws the foul, and will go to the line. Abdul Rahim with the foul. And Talasia Cooper, been second team All-SEC, was a childhood phenom in the state of South Carolina in the 5th grade. She was too good for rec league, and they actually asked her to play varsity high school basketball, but then found out she wasn't allowed to. She really didn't have any place to play, so she convinced the men in her neighborhood to let her join their pickup game every night around 5 o'clock, and she learned the game playing pickup basketball with the men in her neighborhood from the time she was in the 5th grade forward.
Incredible.
Yeah, we were talking about players that use visualization to get better. She used to watch videos of Skylar Diggins, Candace Parker, Carmelo Anthony, try to imitate what she saw. Aggies will slow it down. Entry pass denied by Hollingshed. Cooper flips back to Darby. And that's a rare miss with Darby that open. It's like Jones is shaken up. Steal by Tennessee. Spencer will shoot the three. Knocks it down, and a timeout taken by Texas A&M as the Lady Vols have gone on a run. And Jones was shaken up at the end of that last play before the bucket. Hopefully she's okay, but A&M trying to slow the Lady Vols down, who are suddenly up 5. Sahara Jones, number 24 in black, colliding with Sam Spencer there, and that's why Jones was shaken up. She was being attended to by the trainer. They just ran into each other. There was no foul call on the play. And in fact, eventually Tennessee would hit this three, and it was Spencer that hit it.
I mean, what I tell you, one steal, one three, that is what Tennessee has been so good at this year, where they force a ill-advised pass by Hunter. Joni Taylor a little bit frustrated. She knew her guards were going to be really challenged. One, because she doesn't have a lot of players she can rotate in. The injury bug has really hurt the Aggies, but the height of the guards and trying to see over some of the Tennessee backcourt players, like Coops over 6'1".
Yeah, now this A&M team appeared to be destined for a very good second half of the season. They lost their best player, Aisha Coulibaly, after beating Ole Miss in Kentucky. And so they are just constantly trying to figure things out. Strickland off the mark on the three. Good effort by Spearman to grab the offensive board. Jewel Spear goes to work. Can't get it to go down. Pressure's there. Ware, nice hands. No foul.
I thought Spearman held her ground really well.
Boyd flips it up and in. Are you kidding me?
Tennessee in transition. Boyd one-on-one, takes it right down the hoop. I mean, they do this all day long. I love the speed with which Boyd plays with. She's got that green light in transition and start to feel the momentum shifting in Tennessee's favor. Because once Texas A&M clears half court, Sam, it's almost like a sigh of relief. And that is sometimes the psychology of the full court press for 40 minutes that Tennessee can throw at you.
Boyd completes the three-point play, and Tennessee suddenly is on a 7-0 run. Now that's also the potential of this Tennessee team. They can come back from big deficits in a hurry the way they play. They were down by 23 to Georgia and actually came back and led that game in the fourth quarter, ended up losing the game, but that's just how far they can come back from when they have enough time. Shot clock down to 6. Abdur-Rahim took an extra step, traveled, and another turnover on Texas A&M.
She's got to shoot that, Sam.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get a wide open three.
7th turnover this quarter on A&M. Abdur-Rahim's only made 2 threes this season. Darby made over 50 this year. Missed that one. Moon rifles a pass underneath. She's not going to miss that.
Look, she's a little sore there. It's a cannon.
You need your arm workout plan, Stuffy.
No, we all want Sarah Ashley Barker's arm workout.
Go back to that pass.
Yeah, Erica Moon keeps her head up in transition. This pass is there. Terrific find for the easy two for the Aggies. They needed that one.
And the Lady Vols bring in 5 new players while we were in that review. Boyd will inbound it. Strickland, Puckett, Spearman, and Cooper on the floor with her as well. Strickland takes the inbounds pass. See the Cooper out there screaming at her teammates. Shot clock down to 7. Cooper. I got the feeling she wanted the ball when they threw it in the whole time. Just give me the ball.
Yeah, I mean, she's such a gamer. She is so competitive. I bet you she packed till Sunday. I mean, that's how long she plans on being here. I mean, that's the energy you want from your best player.
Second foul on Moon. She'll take a break on the A&M bench. Cooper, 25 double-figure games. She's had 11 quarters this season of 10 or more points. Scores in spurts. Second team All-SEC selection yesterday. Started her career at South Carolina. Had to sit out a season. And this season, thriving in Kim Caldwell's system. 7 points for Cooper. And the Lady Vols gradually building the lead. Let's see if A&M can slow it down. What would you do for A&M right now, Steffi?
I think I'd like to, play a little inside out. Maybe some high-low action, try to get Tennessee lost defensively.
Ware holding it high. Williams, high arching 3.
Good hustle by Jones. Man, she's been everywhere today. Had the collision, went to the bench, had to see the trainer.
To the face. Love it.
It's a senior kind of laying it all on the line. This could be her last game.
That's one thing that Joni Taylor said about her, that she's recognizing the moment now. She made the most of her senior day in Reed Arena last weekend with 21 points, 11 rebounds against Arkansas. Under 2 to play in the half. Kent. And runs it down. Do you remember your final SEC tournament? Like maybe what was going through your head?
Have to go way back in time. Got to go in a time machine, Sam.
Do you feel like there's more of a sense of urgency though?
Without a doubt.
Shot clock down to 3.
Not putting too much pressure on yourself. There's certainly a sweet spot, but it's a delicate balance, that's for sure. Because you don't want to press too much, but you want to play your best.
second foul on Z Spearman will give A&M the ball out of bounds. Looking forward to the Academy Sports and Outdoors halftime report coming up. Sorry, Nikki, Kelly, or KJ as Tamika Catchings calls her.
KJ in the house. Just glad Nikki Fargas got her clothes. That was luggage gate last night. I'm glad she got her clothes today.
We've all been there. Shot clock expired. Tennessee grabbed it. Spencer leading the break. 3-on-1 break. 3 on the way. In and out for Spear, but good hustle by Coop. Spencer again. Yes, that is pure.
I mean, you could see Coop's head up, looking for somebody. Sam Spencer and her locked eyes drills the 3.
And that was a history-making 3. Tennessee is now just the 3rd SEC program to make 300 threes in a season. That was their 300th. Spearman with the rebound. Jones is still down on the other end. Spearman shoots the 3. Tennessee has 5 on 4 right now as Jones still has not gotten up. And time called now so they can get down and see Jones. She went down hard on that last play and never got back up. I just talked about how tough she's been in this game.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like a really awkward collision.
With Z Spearman.
And Spearman have been battling on the glass. Yeah, just a hard, uncomfortable foul, or hard, uncomfortable fall.
So hopefully Sahara Jones is going to be okay. Collided with Z Spearman. Jones, a grad student. We talked about her career aspirations. She's from San Antonio, Texas. She's the shortest player in the SEC to average over 7 rebounds a game. Just under 6 feet tall.
Logged many games in that Aggie uniform, over 100. Very durable, and as we've seen her putting it all out there on the floor today.
In fact, nobody's played as many games as she has for Texas A&M. So hopefully she's going to be okay. It'll be Spearman on the free throw line for Tennessee. Joni Taylor still huddled up with her team, and now they'll break the huddle. As Jones will head back, and hopefully we'll see her return. Jones, 7 points for A&M. You know, there's certain players you see, Steffi, and you just think, you're a professional athlete. And when you see Z Spearman, I mean, she's just an elite player.
Yeah, if you take inventory of the whole season, I think she's one of the most improved players in this conference. She's understanding of this system. She's obviously got the frame, right? 6'4", the Miami transfer comes from the ACC, comes to the SEC, adjusts to the physicality, the way that teams are scheming her. She can shoot the 3, she can score down low. Gonna be a great pro, that's for sure.
Lady Vols relentless with this pressure. They've forced 14 turnovers against A&M so far. Spencer guarding Williams, and there's another 10-second violation, 2nd of the game, and the 28th of the season. Still to come, Izzy Higginbottom, and the Arkansas Razorbacks will take on Georgia in a 12-13 game. 2 teams looking to advance to tomorrow. The winner of that one will play Oklahoma. The winner of this one will play Vanderbilt. Final seconds of the half. Cooper against Hunter. Spencer back to Cooper. Off the mark, and that will end the half. Tennessee holds Texas A&M to 19 points. And they like playing A&M. The 2 best halves they've had defensively have come against the Agassiz, or excuse me, have come against the Aggies. But it is Tennessee, who finishes that half on a 14-2 run and leading it 32-19. Now let's get it to Dari Noka, Kelly Harper, Nikki Fargas, the Academy Sports and Outdoors halftime report. We're a half into day one of the SEC Women's Basketball Tournament. Tennessee and Texas A&M first. Following this game, Georgia and Arkansas tonight. Florida, Auburn, Mississippi State, and Missouri. We're underway. And in the last 5 minutes of that half, Tennessee went on fire, outscoring A&M 14-2. For the quarter, they outscored the Aggies 21-6. Welcome back to the table, everybody. Sam Gorlong and Steffi Sorensen. How about the defense of the Volunteers as well?
Yeah, that second, midway point of the second quarter, hit a couple threes. Sam Spencer, that just ignited Tennessee's defense, and we'll take a look at how Texas A&M, what they weren't able to do, because where's the first spot against this press you don't want to go to? The corners. Erica Moon makes the mistake of getting to the corner, picks up her dribble, has to burn that timeout. Great defense by Tennessee. And then in transition, the length of the guards. Coop, great in the open court. I think she's one of the best defenders in the country. That led to a three-pointer for Tennessee. And they're just blanketing everybody. Guarding ball, guarding man, taking care of business. Gets a 10-second violation, their second of this game. So the adjustment, I think, for Tennessee, or excuse me, for Texas A&M, maybe a new press break, a pressure valve, maybe bring your big up to and then send some guards cutting, get players on the move, because it got too stagnant. Tennessee pounced. Their height, their athleticism's too good. They forced 8 turnovers in that second quarter and got 8 points off of them.
Remember, Charlie Cream says Tennessee needs to win this game, needs to beat Vanderbilt to have a chance to get back into the top 16 seeds for the NCAA tournament. Cooper will have the ball in the opening possession, going to work. Missed her first shot, got a rebound. And a jump ball call, possession error will give it to A&M.
I thought Cooper had a really good first half. 7 points, 7 boards, 3 assists, 1 steal. She just does everything.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of her game, isn't it? Just her versatility. Spencer looking up the floor, could not get it to Spear, now does. Spencer was not going to force that pass. Spearman on Ware, using the left. See Spearman. Double team. Good press break by Williams, but they turn it over.
Oh, Joni Taylor clapping for Soleil Williams, because she did break the press. Kept her dribble alive, but once you clear half court, making a good decision with it.
See Spearman going out of the game right now after that nice layup inside with her left hand. 7 points for Spearman, 3 rebounds as well. Leading scorer in the game for Tennessee is Spencer. Lady Vols have 5 players averaging double figures. First time in history they've had 3 players make more than 50 threes in a season. And Tennessee today has made 5 threes. Whitehorn, one-on-one with Williams, gets the bucket. So earlier you said you wanted to see Tennessee get her going. Why is that?
Well, she did score against Georgia, and I think that she's a 10 to 15 point scorer. And when Tennessee's got Cooper, who can get to the basket, Sam Spencer can get to the basket, can shoot the 3. Ruby Whitehorn is really good around the rim, mid-range. It just adds a lot to their offense and how you can scheme them, because then you got 5 players who can score a whole bunch of different ways in the half court.
Shot clock down to 10. Ware takes the entry pass. Misses the shot. Hollenshed with the rebound. Spencer just so fast, turning on the Jets, flips it back to Darby. Spencer will shoot the 3. And another jump ball. This time the possession arrow will give it to Tennessee. As Jones goes down hard again, as does Latham. So Hart Jones having a physical day today.
I mean, every loose ball. I mean, she has been right on the floor, trying to get rebounds, trying to get some extra possessions for her team. I'm gonna say this from personal experience. Gonna need a nice bath after this game. I mean,
love the intensity. That neither one of them was gonna let go of that ball.
No.
Jewel Spear. Malone clears it. And the Aggies with a chance to score here. Malone's got pressure coming. Jones will pull up. Yes, Sahara Jones. 9 points for Jones. Boyd on the other end. Doesn't answer. Aggies with a chance to make up some ground.
Remember, Tennessee can go cold offensively. They score in bunches. They like to play quick, and there's some defensive breakdown. So a nice start for the Aggies here.
Jada Malone takes the feed, finishes. And it is a 13-point lead for Tennessee. Spear. Off the mark. Tennessee did not shoot well to start the game, but survived it. And Jones draws the foul. What a day she's had, Steffi.
Yeah, Sahara Jones, I mean, playing with such a sense of urgency, passion on the floor, doing everything, scoring, rebounding, and just getting banged up too. I mean, hit after hit, she has been on the floor, but she has gotten back out here, Sam.
Wow.
Reliable player for Joni Taylor.
She needs pads on.
She did.
Spearman just picked up another foul. Aisha Coulibaly, best player for Texas A&M, out since January 26th. And that really changed the trajectory of this A&M season. And she and now Parker out. They went from a team that had had 2 quad 1 wins over Ole Miss and Kentucky to a team just really trying to figure out how to get through games. They've only had 7 players the last 2 games. They have 8 today.
I mean, you mentioned the 2 quad 1 wins. They take down Ole Miss, then they beat Kentucky. And you're starting to think, okay, this team is starting to figure it out. And Joni Taylor was in Paris all summer. She felt her team was a little bit behind. The next game after that Kentucky game, Coulibaly goes out. And I mean, she's their best defender, best rebounder probably, and a scorer for them. So there's been a lot of adjusting. I said this is a very unforgiving league. They don't care about rebounds. We got a lost shoe. Who's claiming it? Okay, it was Latham.
Latham lost her shoe. And by the way, when Steffi said Joni Taylor was in Paris all summer, she wasn't on vacation. She was helping the U.S.
Small caveat there.
to win a gold medal. It's one of the premier coaches for the United States. A&M looking for a bucket. Hunter. Shot clock a factor, down to 3. Punch it inside. Malone muscles it up and in. What strength.
You think about Lauren Ware and Malone. They have been so consistent from that 4-5 position after the Coulibaly injury.
Whitehorn lost it on the way up, got it back. Hollingshed. I think Jillian Hollingshed is a very underrated player for Tennessee. We don't hear her name a lot, but she does so many things that don't show up on the stat sheet.
Setting screens, getting offensive rebounds.
Hunter for 3. It'll be Tennessee's ball. 4 new Lady Vols will check into the game for Tennessee. Cooper, the leader of that group. Hollingshed's the only player that'll stay on the floor. Remember earlier this year, Nikki said that Talasia Cooper was her #2 clutch player in the league.
Okay.
Yeah. You want to get that ball to Cooper and the game's on the line. This is Hollingshed. Lady Vols being patient on this possession. Cooper trying to clear everybody out. Watch out. And Cooper off the glass.
Reaction.
Double team on Hunter. Throws through it. Three on the way, off the mark. Well, that time it was right in front of us, Stephanie, and you can just feel the intensity of that pressure. Boyd draws the foul on Jones.
Questions about Talasia Cooper. How would she look today in Greenville with the injury coming into the game? Hey, she's looking pretty good. How about that two?
The Dogs in the house. The Lady Bulldogs will be up next against Arkansas.
Well, if you wanted intensity, you got it from 55 and white. Talasia Cooper bringing it today in Greenville, South Carolina. Look at this reaction after that take. You know, this is the effort, the intensity, the enthusiasm from your leader that you want, because make no mistake about this, Tennessee slipped up the last few games. They were set to host. Right now, projected 5 seed, Sam. They want to host. They want to be in the top 4, on that top 4 seed line. And you can see from Cooper, the way that she's come out, she's been shot out of cannon today. Yeah. And if I'm her teammate, I'm looking at her, okay, you know, we got to go on a run here so we can play in front of our fans for the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament.
One of the most passionate fan bases in the country for a women's basketball team, Lady Vols. A lot of orange and summit blue here in the arena today. Boyd's at the free throw line for Tennessee, in and out on that first one. Some of those Tennessee fans, they travel well. And they are dying to welcome the Lady Vols back into Thompson Bowling Arena one more time. In order to do that, Charlie Cream says they obviously need to win this game, then defeat Vanderbilt, and then their fate will rely on some other factors, of course, unless they can get to the semis. Nice pass and layup.
And a great adjustment by Joni Taylor. I talked about having a pressure release, something to give the guards a break. You go long. Was that Erica Moon again?
Yeah, it was.
Backup quarterback for the Aggies.
Shook off the sore arm, huh? Cooper going to work. Is denied. Malone, good D, but they throw it right to Boyd, and one. Fouls on Erica Moon. Third foul on Moon.
Cooper kind of laughed it off. A little too much dribbling on that possession, but Boyd bails her out with the steal and the and one. Sam, you know everything in college basketball is an and one, right?
Yeah, really?
Okay. Yeah. You don't see every player after a make, it's and one.
And one.
I have learned that, yes.
Moon's explaining herself over there on the bench. Boyd, that was smooth. Nia Boyd sat out last year with an injury and decided to stay at Tennessee, and is having a fantastic redshirt freshman season. So on the team's leadership group as a redshirt freshman, the only young player on that group. And another turnover forced by the Lady Vols. Have to get it in bounds.
2 10-second backcourt violations, then a 5-second count. See, the thing is Kim Caldwell's Darby. Crowd was waiting to go for that 3 to erupt.
Darby still looking for that first 3 to go in, and she's normally money for those 3s. Abdul Rahim will shoot over Darby. Spencer looking up the floor, eyes up. To Cooper. Cooper taking Kent.
Woo!
How about that play? She's one of those players, Stubby, when the ball's in her hands, you just get excited. Now gets a steal.
Well, she looks excited.
Back-to-back buckets, effort buckets from Talasia Cooper.
Tennessee just hounding the Aggies, not making it easy. Cooper, this one-on-one, I mean, this is a clear out just for Cooper. And then the steal, like I said, one of the best defenders in the country. You need to stop, I'm calling Coop. 55 and White. Another bucket for her as Tennessee starts to stretch this lead. And here's why it's hard for the Aggies. They look up. It's a brand new 5. Hey, we finally broke the press against one group. 90 seconds later, it's a new group, and they're fresh versus their opponent, who usually isn't.
That's a great point. And Cooper commits a foul. No questioning Talasia Cooper's passion. That time she commits the foul, though. A&M will try it again. Williams takes the inbounds pass, trying to work her way up against Spear. Here comes the double team with Cooper. Cooper, who is a candidate for National Defensive Player of the Year, breaking up another pass. But what makes her such a good defender? Can you put your finger on it?
Well, her speed and her lateral quickness. She's got a great IQ. She can scheme you, and she has the athleticism to guard you. And when the press is working for Tennessee, the only comparison I feel like is that they're sharks and they smell blood in the water, and then everybody's trying to get a steal.
Puckett off the mark on the 3. Tennessee scored the last 7 points to build this lead. Whitehorn's pass is denied. Good hustle by Soleil Williams. Lady Vols have outscored A&M 18-9 in this quarter. And another turnover. Hunter lost control. And the winner of this game will play Vanderbilt tomorrow. Tennessee lost a heartbreaker to Vanderbilt earlier this season. Whitehorn. Three Tennessee players up off the bench ready to come in next time the whistle blows. Make it 4. Jones. Hollingshed tied up by you-know-who, Sahara Jones. Ball will stay on this end, and those 4 new Lady Vols will check into the game.
Texas A&M game plan going into this one was making sure they boxed out, had to take care of the basketball, and then working on their transition defense. They're kind of neck and neck right now on the glass, but it's the 21 turnovers that lead to not only just empty possessions for them offensively, but points for Tennessee.
Sahara Jones having a good game for A&M. A double-double right now, 10 points, 10 rebounds. Nice take. Off the mark, Latham rips it off the rim. Cooper, the no-look pass, and then drives for the finish. Looked off the defender. That was a Steffi Sorensen play right there, Steffi.
That means a lot, Sam. Not sure I ever did that.
Travel. I love the deception. Remember I told you she learned to play on the blacktop of her neighborhood? This is a blacktop play there.
I mean, the way that she plays, it's so effortless. And I like what I've noticed today is the command that she's played with on both ends of the floor. Demanding the basketball at times, and I love that.
Some players, you see them and they just look like they're enjoying what they're doing. She's in that category, just plays with a joy. Nice pass, Darby floats it up and in. Good pass from Jewel Spear. Tennessee on an 11-0 run, another jump ball.
Good movement without the basketball by Darby. We're so used to seeing her knock them down from the three-point line, but moving without the basketball, that's what good shooters do, and she finds an open spot.
Tess Darby already has her finance degree, getting her master's in business administration at Tennessee. 3 on the way, good by Jewel Spear. 8 points for Spear. And the Lady Vols, after a slow start for a moment in this quarter, are just pouring it on right now. Time out on the floor. Tennessee has exploded on a 14-0 run to take a 57-28 lead.
Talasia Cooper putting a show on, 15 points, 8 boards, making it look easy out here in South Carolina. She's got her Lady Volunteers up big here in the third.
The women's basketball tournament, Vanderbilt awaits the winner of this one between Tennessee and Texas A&M. It is the first time in Lady Vols history they have been a 9 seed. They were playing for as high as a 7 seed on Sunday, and when they lost to Georgia, it dropped them down to a 9. But Tennessee remains the winningest program, not only in this conference's history, but NCAA Division I history. Here in the SEC, they've won 17 tournament titles. They're going for their program 1,493rd win today. Tennessee is the only team that has never failed to make the NCAA tournament. That's out of bounds on Cooper. Tried a little globetrotter behind the back.
I was
pass.
like, stop, stop. I think she's just playing with a lot of fun, a lot of energy and having fun.
Yeah. And to think we didn't know if she would play today. You think that maybe she's feeling a little grateful? Well, that season could have come to an end on Sunday, and she's playing lights out today. Final seconds of the third quarter. Kent, 1 on the shot clock. Tennessee will have it for the final shot. Jewel Spear will launch the 3. Yes! Lined it up perfectly. Jewel Spear knocking down this 3 from way downtown Greenville. And that completes a 17-0 run to end the quarter. Jewel Spear with the exclamation point. We head into the fourth with Tennessee up big. Here's the score by quarter. A&M came out strong. A good defensive effort in the first quarter, but the Lady Vols have just been wearing the Aggies down, and Talasia Cooper's a big reason why.
Well, Cooper got injured in the Georgia game their last time out. She was questionable coming in to this one. I have a verdict on her ankle. It's fine. It looks better than ever. And the emotion that she's playing with, the expressiveness, you know, I was seeking that from Tennessee the last 2 games. I didn't see it. I'm seeing it today, and it's a big reason why they've come back in the second half and kind of put their foot on the gas after that second quarter and have not looked back. I'd like to see them finish that way here in the fourth.
Yeah, it's interesting, Steffi. As you know, I do a lot of games with Tamika Catchings. I've seen a lot of Tamika Catchings in Talasia Cooper today.
This has got to be Cooper's most expressive game. And I think she knows what's at stake, what's on the line. You and I were talking about, you know, the NCAA tournament, Tennessee not hosting. It almost feels like they always host, right? The way that they draw and the program, the prestige. I know Coop feels that pressure and wants to get her team back in that conversation.
Well, you can tell by just how many of their fans have traveled here. The 2-game losing streak is not deterring the love and support of the Lady Vols. There's a large part of the crowd here early, which was an 11 a.m. local time start here for the Lady Vols. And Georgia and Arkansas coming up next, and Moon is tripped up. Good sportsmanship there as Jewel Spear helps her up. Well, a reminder coming up next, the SEC Now crew will have a complete breakdown of our game with highlights, analysis, and more interviews with coaches and players. And again, Georgia and Arkansas, the second game in the afternoon session. Georgia Bulldogs, Lady Bulldogs, talk of the SEC after their last 2 wins, including one over this Tennessee team Sunday.
Got a team feeling really good in the Georgia Lady Bulldogs, and the The world gets to see Izzy Higginbottom,
Yeah.
who's been one of the best stories in this conference.
Leading scorer in the conference. Shot clock was down to 3 and a foul called on Cooper on the reach. That's her third foul. Kim Caldwell staying with this group for now. Doesn't take Cooper out with that third foul. Jones with the ball has the double-double today. Offensive foul on Jones. No basket. 2 Lady Vols involved in that.
Sam Boyd read this so good. She comes all the way from the help side. Knew Jones was coming in hot and takes the charge. Just terrific understanding of being in help side and being ready to actually take a charge. It's one thing to get there, but you got to make the most of it and get that charge. Great play by Boyd. Giving them really some good quality minutes today.
Puckett gets rid of it, back to Spear. Shot clock a factor now. Spearman wide open inside. See Spearman 9 points. Cooper and Spear in double digits for the Lady Vols. And Jones. Another 10-second violation. That's the third of the game.
Terrific find by Spear to Spearman. That's been a nice 1-2 punch outside of Cooper. She's also smiling. A lot of smiles from Tennessee.
Which is good to see.
Yes.
It's been a rough week.
It's been a tough week, no question.
Tennessee's forced 3 backcourt violations, 10-second violations today. 29 for the season. Good hustle on the offensive end. The shot clock has not been reset. Doesn't matter. Cooper buries it. 17 for Coop. Five new Lady Vols standing, or sitting, I should say, at the scores table. Kim Caldwell talking to them just as they get ready to go in. Boyd going for the steal. Gets it. What a steal. Went off her feet to get it. Spear. This place would have exploded if she made that. Good take by Moon.
Well, you mentioned Kim Caldwell over there by her substitutions. She's not going to call any timeouts. That's basically her mini timeout to talk to the new group. And she's not going to call a timeout because she doesn't want to let the other team rest. She knows she's got players coming in.
Cooper's up to 19 points now. 2 buckets in a row for her. And the 5 new Lady Vols will come in along with 3 Aggies. Cooper's on fire, Steph.
Yeah, I mean, this is it for her. She is great one-on-one, terrific in the half court, making reads, understanding what the defense has given her. Doesn't get a charge there, but knows and understands where she is on the floor. How about that, 19 and 8.
And again, when we got to the arena today, we did not know if she would even play. Did not know the nature of that injury. A lot of sighs of relief when she came out to warm up.
Well, you know, once that adrenaline hits, you don't feel it.
Still don't really know how the nature of that injury, and not to be a devil's advocate, but you would hope that it's not going to swell up on her tonight and be an issue tomorrow. But man, today she has given it her all.
Having a moment with her coach, and she had struggled a little bit scoring-wise, maybe with some efficiencies. So the way that she has played today, it's scary for anyone suiting up against Tennessee next.
It's been a joy to watch her today. Yeah. Samara Spencer buries the free throw, and then the other Darby on the Lady Vols is checking into the game right now. We've been talking about Tess Darby, Edie Darby now into the game. Originally joined this program as a walk-on. So both Darby sisters are on the floor, number 12 in white and number 21 in white. And then our next game we'll see some twins playing for Georgia as well, the Davis twins. Darby and Hollingshed trying to get the steal. Latham broke that up. Here's Whitehorn. They want Edie Darby to score. Sister-to-sister pass. Whitehorn. Test Darby for three. Short on the three, but it went right to Latham. Tennessee on a 6-0 run and another 10-second violation. The fourth of the game forced by the Lady Vols.
31 turnovers for the Aggies against this press. They have dialed it in today because it has been very effective, because it's been played with a lot of effort, energy, and intention. And you can see how successful it looks, unlike the previous two games, because a lot of energy is required. It's the constant subbing. We've been talking about it all game. Fresh legs versus not a very fresh team.
And in a tournament environment, when you're playing every day, that could be another factor in the Lady Vols' favor. 8-0 run by Tennessee. Favor Ajadele in for the first time for Tennessee, number 15 in white. Kim Caldwell going all the way into her bench in this game. Everyone suited up has played. Ajadele with a rebound. Apparently Ajadele is the funniest player on the team. Yeah. Everyone's screaming for Darby to shoot. Whitehorn, or excuse me, Boyd had a little smile on her face. Shot clock under 10. Spearman denied on that trip. And look at the hustle by Ajadele and Hunter. Oh, what a day by Talasia Cooper. It's been so fun to watch her compete.
Yeah, Kim Caldwell wanted to see more emotion, more intensity and effort from her team. How about your best player stepping up on the brightest stage and setting the tone with all these expressions? The energy today been on full display, and I'm loving it.
Well, it looks like a rematch of the Volunteer State Showdown between Tennessee and Vanderbilt tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. The last time Vanderbilt and Tennessee played, it was a classic. 70-69, Tennessee led. Vanderbilt's ball. Watch Michaela Blakes come in, and that would win it for the Commodores.
Blakes, man, is she on everyone's national radar with what she's been able to do, breaking her own record, scoring 50 pieces. That game was amazing. Also, her brother hitting the game winner on the day before. The Blakes family had a week.
Her brother plays for Stanford, did that against North Carolina.
I know that pains you. I'm sorry.
It did?
I didn't bring
Intentionally brought that up.
I'm excited to see Michaela Blakes on the big stage. You know, Shea Ralph was up on set talking about just this time last year she was in high school. And it puts into perspective what she's doing as a freshman.
Vanderbilt, the only team in the country that has two players averaging over 20 a game, Pierre and Blakes. Tennessee has just been on fire today. They've forced 31 turnovers. It's the 8th time this season they've forced 30 or more. That actually leads the nation. No team has forced 30 or more that many times this year in Division I. Talasia Cooper also has 17 points since the first quarter. That matches what the Aggies have scored as a team. And Puckett and Malone battling down in the lane. And Vanderbilt watching this game.
I'm going to address it.
Yeah?
Camille Pierre left off all SEC. And now there's been a lot of debate. I know the crew pre-game talked about the list and is he not being on the list? Camille Pierre, I know Shea Ralph was definitely upset about that. So how will she respond, playing with maybe an edge to her? And we all know Camille Pierre is very capable of dangerous things.
You know, not that my opinion matters, but I think it's time to relook at how many players get selected.
I think that was the consensus.
Yeah, the coaches can certainly change that at their meetings next year, because you can't take anyone off that list, but
There are several players, Roy Harmon's not on there either, that you could make a strong case to be an all-SEC performer. Destiny Wells in the game for the first time today for the Lady Vols, and Destiny's had such a tough time with injuries. She's number 10 in white. It is Strickland on the free throw line. Avery Strickland from Knoxville, Tennessee. Knocks in both free throws. Now Strickland just lost her balance, committed the foul on Soleil Williams. There have been 5 40-point wins in SEC tournament history. The last one was in 2013, and right now the Lady Vols have a chance to add their name to that list. Soleil Williams at the free throw line. Williams, former Ohio Gatorade Player of the Year, and will be back. Aisha Koulibaly, her career ending short back in January. Just over 3 minutes to play. Edie Darby with the ball. Darby will shoot the three. Yes! Her sister is one of the all-time great three-point shooters in Lady Vols history, and Edie just makes her 4th of the season. Kent will shoot the three, and it'll stay with A&M.
And this looked easy for her from deep. But this is what it's all about. That's why you play the game. Get in there, make the most of your moment, and how about the bench reaction? I mean, obviously one of the fan favorites.
Yeah, you gotta love it. And obviously we attend the practices of these teams, and Edie Darby is one of the hardest working practice players every single day. There's her big sis, Tess. Tess Darby is, again, the top 10 all-time three-point shooter for Tennessee.
So what you're saying is it's in their blood, three-point shooters.
Yeah, 2 sisters, Tess and Sloan. They're the first sisters to play for the Lady Vols. Puckett, just dying for her to make one so I can say Puckett makes the bucket. I guess I just did. Tennessee will get it back, so Tennessee obviously will start preparing for Vanderbilt as soon as this game ends. Steffi, any early thoughts on that matchup?
Well, certainly the game came down to a buzzer beater, so you know it's going to be really good. What I've been impressed with Tennessee, this system is predicated on getting 15 or more possessions than their opponent. Today, they have 30 more than Texas A&M. So you're looking towards your next opponent. Is it going to be 30? No, but that's the style. That's what Kim Caldwell is looking for. Offensive rebounds, turnovers. They carry that over against Michaela Blates, Camille Pierre, Ayanna Moore, and them. They're not as deep as Tennessee is. So, but they've played. So you wonder the second time around, you've prepared for the type of pressure. But when it looks like this is why they took down Connecticut.
Yeah.
You know?
Sahara Jones of the line, an outstanding game today for Texas A&M. Double-double, 12 points, 12 rebounds, and under 2 minutes to play. Tennessee going to end that 2-game losing streak. Darby passes up the three. She'll give it to Strickland for the three. And Georgia and Arkansas will be the next game after this one. Chance to see Izzy Higginbottom for Arkansas, leading scorer in the SEC, and Georgia led by 2 freshmen that made the all-freshman team, the only team that has 2 true freshmen on that all-freshman team. And Georgia on a 2-game win streak. Jones adds another rebound to her total. Throws the length of the floor, layup missed. And Jones went still pursuing the ball.
I'm gonna go in there and help her up. I mean,
Go ahead, Steph.
man, she has really got to take my hat off for her because she's given them extra possessions. She has been so gritty and tough today.
Foul is on Puckett. And Sahara Jones will go to the line, try to add to her point total. 12 points, 13 rebounds. She's 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Getting a lot of camera time for someone that wants to be in broadcasting.
Okay. Did you get her to do a scouting report?
No, didn't get her to do it this year. So she's following Holly Rowe around. She doesn't need the scouting report. She's got connections. Under a minute to play. Destiny Wells passes up to 3. Darby will step back 3. Jones adds another. And an and one, Stubby. He said everything's an and one. That really was an and one.
It's a true and one.
Ajadele commits the foul. And Sahara Jones will go back to the free throw line. Three-point play completed by Sahara Jones. Reminder coming up next, the SEC Now crew will recap this game, look ahead. Steffi and I will be back with game 2, Arkansas and Georgia. In just a little while, Ajadele misses the 3. Tennessee will go to 22-8. It is their 48th 20-win season, by the way. And they will win game number 1,493. So the Lady Vols break their 2-game losing streak and put up the 5th largest margin of victory in tournament history with a 77-37 win over the Aggies of Texas A&M.
Tennessee forcing 32 turnovers and holding the Aggies to just 13 made field goals, doing it on both ends of the floor, hitting 8 threes as well. The rematch we all wanted to see.
It will be Vanderbilt and Tennessee tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern here on SEC Network. Charlie Crean says Tennessee must win that game in order to have a chance to jump back into the top 16 seeds of the NCAA tournament. Georgia and Arkansas still to come. The winner of that will face Oklahoma tomorrow. But what a performance by the Lady Vols as now the Razorbacks and Lady Bulldogs can make their way out onto the floor. Steffi and I will step away, and we'll be sending you now to SEC Now, and we'll be back in about 25 minutes for Arkansas, Georgia. Lady Vols win the first game of the tournament.